I already started the stream. And turn the contest on.
Over Officer Mark Preby. All parties did agree to this plea. Routh in the custody of the Department of Mental Health. Your News, a service of Affordable Dentures and Implants. They make new smiles affordable every day. You can see them in the Bel Air Shopping Center at Firehouse Subs or call 800-DENTURE. It's Affordable Dentures and Implants. Go ahead and smile. When you see news, call or text our tip line at 417-208-9TIP. For News Talk KZRG, I'm Ty Albright on KIX 102.5.
Highs in the low 80s, a chance of showers in low 60s tonight. More rain, upper 60s for tomorrow, and Saturday, the return of sunshine with highs in the low 70s.
KIX 102.5 storm tracker radar is only showing a few clouds over the 4 states.
54 in Monette, 56 in Pittsburgh, 57 in Joplin. To get signed up for severe weather alerts, head to the KIX app.
Time now for the KIX Kids Pledge. Today we're featuring Carthage Mark Twain's Mrs. Hathcock's kindergarten class.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Great job, guys. And if you'd like your class group or kids or whomever to be on the KIX Kids Pledge, just go to KIX1025.com and click on the Morning Kick page, and there is a button there that will tell you how to upload all your info.
Priscilla Block is coming to Kansas Crossing Casino on August 4th.
And we're giving you the chance to win tickets to see her live.
Text tickets right now to 623-1025.
To get signed up,
And we're going to give those away in just 15 minutes.
here's Megan Maroney.
On KIX 102.5. Okay, I like the sun, but now I can't see anything.
Yeah, it's too much. Too much. What is this bright yellow thing in the sky providing an immense amount of heat and stuff? It just lays there. It's to give you a view of the blinds. Morning, everybody.
There we go. Morning. Let me switch over here. Morning, Sarah. Good morning, Dustin. Morning, Floyd. Good morning, Jimmy. How's it going, y'all? Oof. Is my camera dirty or am I just out of focus?
We're trying to see if the video is working on the website. It just popped up.
Morning, Dorinda.
And there it is. The video's on. Okay, so now the question is, will it end by itself? So I'm not going to shut it off today, and instead we're going to wait and see what is going on with your camera.
It fixes.
Okay. And we're going to see if it shuts off by itself. If not, we will refresh the page, Control-Shift, refresh the page, even go in and clear our cache and refresh the page to make sure it's not a browser issue. I don't think it is because that doesn't happen in any other thing on the website. You know, we can just automatically see. But we will check that stuff today.
Okay. Excuse me. All right, we got the contest going right now. Text tickets to 623-1025.
Floyd shared the video. Thank you, Floyd.
Thank you, Floyd. Don't need any of that. There we go. So how's everyone doing today? What's going on?
So this Saturday, I have to be at the Joplin Memorial Run at, not sure what time. Again, we were talking about this.
Do you know where you're going to be on the route?
No, none of that stuff. Oh. Well, all of the events start at 6:45, but depending at where you are on the route, I don't think you have to be, because it takes them a little while to get there.
Right.
So unless you're very close to the beginning, I don't think you have to be out there at that time. I think 7 is when we normally showed up at our route location.
That's not that bad.
So, yeah. And
Morning,
then
Carol.
I think the whole thing goes until 10:30, but the thing is, they're usually all the runners are past you before 9.
Mm-hmm.
So 7 to 9 is usually
Are you going to stick around for a while?
No.
Take the microphone?
Not unless I have to.
You so humble, Dustin. Morning, Sheila. How's it going? Donna, you can't do that. She put tickets heart. Just tickets.
Try.
Tickets.
Just the word tickets is what we told you. Not tickets heart, not tickets, please. I want to win, please.
We don't even need tickets in your name. Just
That doesn't.
tickets.
In fact, that's the guaranteed way to not get qualified. Lisa, what? Have you all heard of Nashville recording artist Eli Mosley? His music's really good. I got to interview him yesterday. Interview him on what, Lisa?
Yeah.
He's coming to Nevada on a concert June 10th. I've not heard of him.
I haven't either, but I'm curious now.
What did you get to interview him on, Lisa?
That's cool.
What'd you interview him for? Maybe it's a better way to put that.
Does it not text people back?
Text people back. What do you mean?
Thank you for entering.
The first time they do.
I don't.
Then it keeps that for like another 30 minutes. Why are they all doing it multiple times or something?
A couple people have, yeah.
I think they would do it whether you said, please don't text more than once or whatever. They would still do it, I think. Yeah, I've never heard of Eli Mosley. Has he ever had a song like a hit or anything?
She's a reporter for Nevada's newspaper. That's cool.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I've never heard of him.
Is there a song that you'd recommend we check out?
Or somewhere we can find it? Or,
Yeah.
I mean, since I guess he's not on the radio, but.
Morning, Kathy. Is that good?
Well,
That good.
what do you mean good? I'm like, that was a really good train wreck.
That was a really good effort.
Crash.
Did you guys hear any podcast yesterday? Where you thought Russian tick babies came from?
I love the names of our podcast. Is
I
there
do
nothing
too.
greater than the names of our podcast?
Nothing.
I went the other day, J-Dub and I were looking down through some of those. So just for a second here, bear with me.
Uh-huh.
Where you thought Russian tick babies came from.
Actually, hold on. We got to do a break.
Okay. Wait, because these are good
They're
when you
great.
see them all in context. KIX 102.5, the 4 states #1 for country. Morning KIX with Randy and Jen.
We'll see sunshine this afternoon with highs in the low 80s. It's 57 in Joplin.
And we'll give you a look at the weather forecast in about 8 minutes. We're getting you signed up right now for Priscilla Block tickets. She's going to be at Kansas Crossing Casino on August 4th.
So all you got to do to get entered to win is text tickets to 6231025. And you've only got to text once. That's all you got to do when you're entered to win.
Yeah. Well, only one is going to be considered. So I am, bless you guys' heart. Some of you don't, we ask you to text the word tickets, and some of you text the word tickets, heart, tickets. I want to win tickets, please give me tickets. None of those are what we ask for, so the system automatically kicks those out. So just text the word tickets, nothing else, not pictures of your grandkids, not instructions to how your car works.
Just tickets
Just
to 623-1025. We'll announce the winner in just 10 minutes.
That will get you qualified.
Here's Chris Young
On the 4 states #1 for country.
KIX 102.5.
Bless your heart. Okay, so here's some
Okay, yes.
podcast title. Where You Thought Russian Tick Babies Come From. It's a mama dog prank after all. Cinco de Star Wars. I love it when I urinate by the NFL draft.
That title, I don't know what it was, but we had so many people for that podcast.
Yes.
Download
The old professional Earth thing you do. Cancel all the wine satellites. Wait, how do we go to the next? Page 4. Give me page 4. KIX
Morning,
Music
Melissa.
Showcases on there. Wait a minute, can I go down? Okay. Cancel all the wine satellites. Oh, wait, it's going the wrong way. No, it just...
What's it doing?
It won't give you all access. You can't get to all of them.
Where are you at? On our page?
On KIX Podcasts.
Oh, what?
What happened?
What?
So I can't go past page 3.
I thought that was the point. We wanted them all in one place on our website.
Yeah. Well, this is a box from Futuri, so I don't know what the heck's going on there. And you can, it says 10 episodes is all there is in the gallery. So it only shows 10 episodes.
That stinks.
Well, it does. I mean, you go to Spotify, you can see every single
one of them.
episode. Or I'm going to ask about that.
But I want them to do that on our website.
Yeah. Well, that's the point of it, isn't it?
Exactly.
And does it do this on everybody's website? I mean, what if I do want to listen to more than
Right.
just those 10?
You just can't.
You just can't. Well, not on our website.
They don't
You can
have
go
it.
somewhere else, which that's the whole point.
Oh, they don't do a drop-down thing like we do.
Yeah, they do. Upper left.
No, they don't have like a list, like a box.
Oh, CPH. What is CPH? Oh, okay.
Crisp.
But they have all of theirs. No, they have. I'm sorry, they don't. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
There's a 90% chance of rain tomorrow, Sheila.
Yeah, so on all the others, it only shows like the most recent 6.
I don't like that. I
don't
want them all
either.
there.
I hate that you got to go somewhere else for something.
Right. Okay, I'm turning off the contest right now.
All right.
Hey, there's Travis. Travis, are you listening this morning, hanging out, Travis? He just got entered to win.
Did you do it once, Travis? Did you text something else
He did
besides
it
the
just
word
once.
tickets?
Okay, I'm picking our winner right now. Who's it gonna be? Who's it gonna be? All right, there you go.
There it is.
We had a lot of entries today.
Ready?
And we're getting a phone call.
Hello.
Hello.
This Angie.
Yes, it is.
Oh,
Angie.
no, that's all we wanted to know.
Okay,
That's
thanks
all
for calling. Bye.
Yeah, we just wanted to make sure it was Angie. Are you sure you're Angie? Are you having an existential crisis, Angie, where maybe you might be someone else?
I am so positive this is Angie.
Well, that's a really good thing because you've just won tickets to go see Priscilla Block.
Congratulations, Angie, if that is your real name.
Yes, I promise.
Hey, Angie, just tell us who's the 4 States Concert Connection.
KIX 102.5.
That's our real name.
All
Angie.
right.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah.
Angie, we got to get a little more information from you here, so just hold just a second.
All right. I think I just need your street address.
My street address is 303 South Grand.
Zip is 64857, right?
Yes.
Okay. And Angie Davis, is that's what's on your driver's license? Okay, so these tickets are going to be will call, so just make sure that you have your license on you when you go and pick them up, and they'll be right there at the venue for you.
Okay, thank you so much.
You're
Thanks a
welcome.
lot,
Enjoy
Angie.
the show.
Thank you.
Bye. She was so excited.
Like her speakerphone, though.
Hey, Angie, just tell us who's the Four States concert.
KIX 102.5.
She's so excited. I love it.
Hello. This is Angie.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Oh, no, that's all we wanted to know. Oh, that's all we wanted to know.
It is.
That's all we wanted to know.
Okay,
That's
thanks
all-
for calling. Bye.
Yeah, we're just wondering. Sure it was Angie. Are you sure you're Angie? Are you having an existential? Are you sure you're Angie? Are you having an existential crisis,
Yes.
Angie? Where existential
Chicka-chicka-pucka.
Angie, where maybe you might be someone else. Maybe you might be someone
She's like,
else. What was this? She has a dolphin in the car with her. Maybe you might be someone else.
I am so positive this is Angie.
Well, that's a really good thing because you've just won tickets to go. See Priscilla Block.
Congratulations, Angie. Where is the stupid ding, 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 ding? Look at this. All on right here. We heard it even when you played
We
it,
did.
but it didn't record.
Well, I'll play it when we do.
All right. Stupid. I don't know what's going on here.
All right, 15 seconds.
No.
Randy, do you want me to start or are you good? Okay. A little more
Make
drama.
it feel more normal.
3 seconds.
KIX 102.5, the four states #1 for country. Morning KIX with Randy and Jen, 720.
We'll see sunshine this afternoon with highs in the low 80s. It's 57 in Joplin.
So Priscilla Block is going to be in concert at Kansas Crossing Casino on August 4th. You can get tickets and information by going to KIX1025.com.
But we've been getting you signed up to win those by texting
The
tickets
word-
to 623-1025.
Tickets, just the word tickets.
Just the we don't need the emojis. They're very cute.
So we
But
got this neat little system that manages all your texts for us and puts them all in the contest deal and then picks our winner for us.
right, and it actually just picked our winner.
So we've got
Ready?
to call that person? Okay. Music? There we go. Oh, wait, what's her name?
Right there.
Okay.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello.
This Angie.
Yes, it is.
That's all we wanted to know.
Okay,
That's
thanks
all
for calling. Bye.
Yeah, we just wanted to make sure it was Angie. Are you sure you're Angie? Are you having an existential crisis,
Yes.
Angie, where maybe you might be someone else?
I am so positive this is Angie.
Well, that's a really good thing because you've just won tickets to go see Priscilla Block.
Thank you.
Congratulations, Angie, if that is your real name.
Yes, I promise.
Hey, Angie, just tell us who's the Four States Concert Connection.
KIX 102.5.
So apparently, somewhere along the line, they added a sponsor to this long after it had started. Didn't tell
What?
anybody or anything. Windows and more. Yeah, it was just, I heard on one of our sister stations, but nobody ever said a word to me. This
What the
was long
heck?
after it was done and put in.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just, so I added it to our live ones that we read.
Right. Beans is 8, Sheila. What are you talking about, Sean? What crazy thing can we get Jen to do today? Why do I need to do something crazy? What is this?
I was going to go to Spotify so that I can see all of our episodes.
Hey, you should have heard the ding ding when it went over the air, though, Jimmy. I don't know why.
It did play over the air.
Yeah,
It,
that's what I thought.
He's on drugs. Okay.
She.
Morning
Jimmy's a
mix
she.
comes up, but where's...
Isn't that so annoying? I don't know why that happens. I don't like it. I think maybe you need to do something crazy today, Sean.
That's the top result. Okay, you ready?
Yes.
Let's look at the episodes. Where you thought Russian babies came from. It's a mama doggy prank after all. I love it when I urinate by the NFL draft.
Uh-huh.
The old professional earth thing you do. Cancel all the wine satellites.
Yep.
The Dalai Lama tax refund. You can't get to that episode on our site.
Oh, it's
Right
just
now.
sad because that
I
song is
know.
great.
The baseball love handle.
Mm-hmm.
The most boring missing plumber subscription. Mama's Secret Clown Scout mispronunciation. Jonesing Bear Rules in the spring.
Oh, yes.
The 50th episode celebration. Beer. The time change voicemail you're irrationally afraid of.
Uh-huh.
The Oscar space kidnappings. The backhanded nap in a box detector. The bald man that's talking too much at the movies.
Yeah.
The worst Valentine's Day Super Bowl out by the lake. The Super Bowl concussion food craving. The Mark Zuckerberg bear you've never been able to understand. The firecracker, the Putin, and the annoying question. The worst tax telemarketer you ever ran into. Would you rather eat Girl Scout cookies or have your nose hair yanked out? Okay, that was not up. Putin words to rob a supermarket with.
Oof.
What cat should you never shave on the first date?
Randy! How does that one not have all of
I
them?
don't know. The stupidest House of Representatives throat lozenge. I don't remember some of these.
I don't either.
The Southwest Airlines movie you refuse to watch.
Uh-huh. Okay.
The Christmas episode. The offensive Hallmark fib you always tell.
Mm-hmm.
Bad Day Santa shorts with the flu. Baby Yoda boxes you don't clean.
Ew.
The Die Hard Christmas your kids wouldn't understand. Jeff Bezos uses some gravy, fail rehab. The luckiest Titanic lottery of all. Your pet rug billionaire's junk drawer. Farmer Bob's inflation-fighting animal fears. Unbelievable cockroaches after Christmas turkeys.
Mm.
Now that's what I call scary candy corn bees. The worst dress-up Halloween monster of all. Straight out of an elaborate haunted house. The weird smell of your light sweater bagpipes. Historically famous pumpkin carving. All men should know how to clean up skeleton arms. Hallmark birthday commutes taste awful. Drunken neighborhood pumpkin consolation prizes. The richest gunfight you ever heard. When short people grew up. Disney's trench decorating nosebiter is a mess.
God, I cannot believe how many we have.
I know.
Holy cow.
Merit badge for King Chuck blood test alert.
Mm-hmm.
Food you shouldn't eat while watching the Hallmark Channel.
Got a lot of Hallmark
Bathroom
stuff.
expectancy pilot infomercial. Lying down at Burning Man with the bear and the moose. Campbell's special house of Bezos. Attack of the kindergartners. That doesn't sound like a made-up thing. Pumpkin spice alligators and back to school. 7-Up milk and yard sale Pachamama. Remember that? Pachamama. Okay, we're getting close to the beginning here because it's Would You Rather Wednesday. Way too many calls and worst job ever. We were still developing.
Yeah.
Bigfoot the button bread. 80722. Couch cushions and Velveeta martinis. That was the very first episode.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Wow, there are a lot. That's pretty, to me, that's impressive. I mean, most other people would be like, well, you're easily amused, but
I think it's cool.
it is. And I like that you can get to all of them and see all those. I'm going to have to go back and that really makes me want to go back and hear some of those old ones.
Me too.
Because I know there's going to be stuff I'm not going to remember going, what? when did we, talk about a fresh perspective.
I remember Pachamama, but I cannot tell you anything
So
else.
on the KIX app, can you get to more than just 10?
I don't know.
Is that a thing?
Let's see. Sean says movie suggestion for Jen, The Perfect Storm.
It's a good movie, but is it a must-see movie? I don't know. To me, there's parts of that movie that move pretty slow, I think. I don't know that it's a must-see.
Is that the one that Jake Gyllenhaal is in?
I think he is, isn't he?
And he's like in the library or something.
No.
Freezing cold.
No, this is about these guys who go out on a fishing boat and they get caught in the perfect storm and it kills all of them. Doesn't it kill all of them? Yeah, and their families about maybe
Spoiler
one of them
alert.
one of the boats gets back. I can't remember.
Morning, Megan.
I'm going to see on the KIX app if this is limited. Wait a minute. The KIX app wouldn't load. There we go.
Oh, no, they're all on there.
Okay. They're all on there? So
Yeah,
it's
I'm
just on the
scrolling straight through.
website.
See? I'm all the way back
I'm
right
gonna
now.
talk to him about that. By the way, you can watch the live stream on the app,
Our app is pretty cool. Like, there's
Yeah,
a lot
really
of stuff
is.
you can do on there.
So I'm trying to see where the podcast.
Good morning, Megan.
The menu? No, that's the website. On the KIX menu, KIX on demand, or just scroll down. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
down
just
there.
scroll.
Oh, it autoplays. I don't know that I mind that.
All right, what are we doing? We're doing.
Nothing. We're just hanging
Do you
around
have the
here.
story? We don't have the story for that. Do you have the story for that?
Look on your news.
You put it on the news?
Is that the one we're doing? Is that the one you're talking about?
No,
Wait a minute. Let me look at the schedule so I know.
I'm talking about the other one.
Well, it's
You
just
wildebeest, you.
graduation season, not just for high schoolers, but also college. A good way to lead into these UCN ones is to go to the UCN, and they always write an intro for you into the description. What I use a lot of the time.
Let me see what I can find.
Not just high school graduation season, it's also college. All these students out there working really hard to get that degree, which they think is going to help them find that essential job. But Jeff Bezos is here to tell you that regardless of what you did for the last 4 years, a career at Amazon awaits. Little restructuring to where it's not quite as negative I just did. But
Okay.
yeah, but Hours with Paul Walker is an okay movie, but I don't think it's a must-see. It's one of these iconic that we're going to refer. This is the thing. We want Jen to be able to know references when people refer to movie. Name me one line from A Perfect Storm.
Oh no, a storm's coming.
Looks like a perfect storm. Is that from the movie or Hours? Name me one line from Hours with Paul Walker, Megan.
We've been here for hours.
I don't think that's it. That might be. I don't know. Is that from the movie Hours?
I'm really good.
I had to work for 6 hours today. Is that from the movie Hours? No.
Anytime someone says the word hours.
Those are hours. Is that from the movie Hours? Maybe not.
Have you decided if you're bringing anything tomorrow?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, sandwiches, you said.
Yeah. My wife is making them for me. I'm not doing anything, of course. But I think that's preferable by most people. They'd rather I didn't do anything. And people have asked about her sandwiches and said, is your wife making those? Is she going to be? Just curious. Where are you going to keep those before the cookout?
Wait, what does she do to her sandwiches that make them so?
Heroin. She puts a lot of heroin and
well, that makes
fentanyl.
sense.
She started experimenting with fentanyl-laced heroin, which seems to have a better reaction. People sleep longer. There's less itching, it's involved afterward. But Sling Blade would be a good one, I think.
We've looked for Sling Blade, and we
can't
find it
anywhere to stream it.
Anywhere. It's
Not
ridiculous.
even to buy. Isn't
no,
that right?
it's nowhere. We've looked.
It is not in circulation right now.
I mean, granted, it could pop back up in a couple of months because they rotate that stuff out on streaming
Things
services.
do that, especially at that age.
But last we checked, a couple weeks ago, it wasn't anywhere.
So Redbox supposedly has it.
Do they, though? Is it in our region? Is the thing, too.
Yeah.
4 seconds, Randy. We got a sec here.
KIX 102.5, the 4 states, #1 for country morning KIX with Randy and Jen.
I am so proud of all the folks who are graduating right now, whether it's from high school or college. Congratulations on your graduation.
Yeah, so is Jeff Bezos. In fact, he's got some future message for you that we'll let you hear after Zach Brown Band.
On the 4 states, #1 for country.
KIX 102.5. He's got some future message. He's got some future message. We'll let you hear. Yeah.
Oh, Melissa says that she might have Sling Blade.
What?
That would be awesome.
Yeah, you can't watch it on. I hate these places that list it, but you can't watch it.
It's unavailable. Yes.
Don't tell me you have it.
That's ridiculous.
Not on Netflix. JustWatch.com supposedly tells it is not available for streaming. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I bet we could find it maybe on YouTube.
Melissa's looking to see if she's got it, so we'll see.
Why is that? Amazon, Voodoo.
Voodoo.
No, it's not
Nothing.
available on Voodoo.
Crazy.
Unavailable to watch in your location. Billy Bob Thornton owns it. I wonder why he's doing
I don't know. Why are you hating, Billy Bob?
that. Unavailable. I wonder if I can find
Pirated copy of it.
bags full of wash. Love that. I got some bags full of wash.
Bags full of wash.
Yeah, there is nowhere. It ain't got no gas in it.
He's completely shut it down.
I wonder why.
He doesn't want it anywhere near the digital anything.
Starbucks drive-through Sling Blades style.
What?
Family. You got any French fried potatoes?
Who doesn't like French fried potatoes? Right?
No, he does like. 123movies.net might have it. Yeah, it does.
Megan likes mustard on her biscuits.
But it is a good way to get a virus if you've not got appropriate scanners on your computer. Yeah, I don't trust 123.net. Tubi?
I don't think Tubi has it. We looked, didn't we?
They don't.
Yeah.
That's just another one of these annoying. We'll list it like we do have.
Right.
Oh. I found
10 seconds. That doesn't mean it's actually there, though.
Yes, it
Sometimes.
is.
Hold
KIX 102.5, the 4 states, #1 for country. Morning KIX with Randy and Jen, 7:35.
Lots of sunshine this afternoon with highs in the low 80s. It's 57 in Joplin.
And we'll give you a look at the weather forecast and 4 states news in just 25 minutes.
Plus, in the next hour, we're talking about sibling rivalries.
Yeah, this is the way you and your siblings, your brothers and sisters, tormented each other. What's the most ridiculous case of that you ever had growing up?
Yeah, you can call or text us those stories at 623-1025.
So have we got everyone graduated off now?
I think so. I've seen it all over social media, the pictures of the graduates, and they're throwing their hats in the air. Like, it is graduation season right now.
I had a nephew who just graduated last Friday, and the very next day he got on a bus for Pendleton in San Diego, joined the Marine Corps. The very next day. I mean, there was no party or anything
I love
after.
it.
And so he's gone to the Marines. And I'm like, well, there you go, buddy boy. Get ready.
I wonder, though, how many of these students who have graduated already have jobs lined up. Because, like, you're done with school. You don't have to wait for the summer to go through and then
Well, a
go
lot
in
of them
the
are like
fall,
that.
you know?
Or if they've gone to college. And for those college graduates who are thinking, ready for my big job career now that I've got my diploma, that's going to really help, isn't it? Well, not according to Jeff Bezos.
Well, yeah, he's here to tell you that regardless of what degree you may have worked hard for 4 years, well, there's always a career at Amazon waiting for you.
I am Jeff Bezos. It is college commencement season, and new graduates seek entry-level career opportunities in lieu of sitting at a folding table with a plate of cookies at a campus job fair. I'd like to promote Amazon as a prospective employer. It matters not if you hold a degree in art history, as long as you can hold your bladder for 12 hours. A warehouse job awaits. Did you study fashion merchandising for 4 years? Well, you can get a foot in the door by driving door to door as an Amazon delivery driver. Bachelor of Arts in Radio and Television Broadcasting. Well, there are plenty of openings to tape shows on Prime.
Oh.
Sorry, I read that wrong. I mean to say, tape boxes together on the assembly line. Religious studies major. Well, after 15 straight hours on the loading dock, you'll be praying to go back to school and get a software engineering degree.
Because sometimes they'll
I
post it
know, and it'll start and then won't be it.
and it'll be like, go to this website to watch the rest of it or whatever.
Yeah, you're right. My mistake.
Have a
They
good one,
do,
Sarah.
like 2 hours because they know people watch the times.
Correct.
So it's so stupid. Like anybody's going to do that. But I don't, maybe someone does. M4UHD is another one of these places.
Phone's ringing.
Works or not. Hi there, Morning Care. Whoop, whoop.
Sarah, that's just mean. Her brothers would hold her down until she peed her pants.
Oh, that's nice. Oh, it's working.
We're at.
Oh boy, if you click anywhere on it though, it's going to. It's one of these pirate pages, but it is working. Well, it was. Seems to have a lot of trouble. Yeah, there it is, and it's HD. So I don't know that I recommend it. It's got a lot of questionable spam around the ads, you know. So if you clicked it and went to full screen.
So don't touch anything.
Yeah. So come here and look. Oh, dang it. Man, you touch anything. Yeah, some questionable. What? But it's. Totally working. What website is it? Yeah, it's this one. Mm-hmm. So I don't know if you want to do that or not. Didn't someone say they might have it? Who was it?
Melissa.
Melissa, do you? Would you check?
Yeah, she's going to check.
'Cause I really believe that is one of those that we ought to.
I mean, it's been suggested many
times. It's one of those that so many people quote it and so many people, reference it. There's so many iconic lines from it.
Right.
That.
There's the phone again.
Hi there. Morning KIX.
Morning.
Hey,
Hey, Dustin. How's it going? Good. What can we do for you today?
For birthday.
For her birthday?
My girlfriend Alicia at the fire song for her.
Oh, is it her birthday?
No.
Oh, okay. All right, Dustin, we'll see what we can do for you, okay? Have a good one. Belinda says Web City graduates tomorrow night. Joplin graduates on Sunday. We are full swing graduation season right now. All right, we're there. Your brother would give you love tap, a.k.a. punches. My brother was 5 years or is 5 years younger than I am, so I would pick on him, and I was not always the nicest person. I was telling Randy earlier, there was one night, or it was like middle of the afternoon, I think, and for whatever reason, I was just being mean, and I would not get out of his bed. I was pretending like I was fast asleep in his bed, and he was so annoyed. He's like, get out of my bed. I would not get out of his bed. So he went and got his piggy bank and dumped it into my mouth as I'm lying there pretending to snore. And so I start choking, right, on like all these pennies and nickels and quarters and stuff.
It's like she's a slot machine or not a convenience machine. What?
An ATM?
No. Snack machine. What do you call those? Not snack machine, is it?
No, it's a vending machine.
Vending machine.
Yeah.
What the heck?
And so I'm choking on all these coins and stuff, and I sit up and I swallow some of them because obviously they're in my mouth, my throat. And then he got mad at me for swallowing his money. I was like, I didn't want to. I was choking. What What do you expect me to do? Oh, yeah. Will you look at how I set this up?
Yep.
For this break? I kind of threw a couple things in there, depending on.
Oh, that's kind of, I don't know. Is it that kind of, I don't know if it's that kind of sexy, is it? I don't know. To me, that's like being alluring, you know. And I don't think that's what we're talking about here. Maybe. I don't know.
I mean, the only other one we have is like this. This one felt way off.
Yeah, that, I don't know. Maybe just the regular bed might be all we need. And once upon a time.
We don't normally do those beds. Okay, well, come here.
He said, do not turn it off if it doesn't turn off.
Okay.
I'll wait and ask him about the podcast stuff later. That's not a urgent thing.
Okay.
But he said, leave it on. They'll check into it and see why it's not turning on and off or what's going on with that. Something about the scheduler that I noticed that the feature thing, the expiration date does not work.
Right.
At all. So that may have something to do with that.
Mm-hmm.
I have a feeling that they can set it up, put it in place, and that it will work, but you're going to have to reload something to get it to it. It's not automatically cycling in that.
Mm-hmm.
Like the expiration. It'll expire, but first you got to go reload. Although I've not seen that be the case. I mean, I can go into the editor and see it right there, expiration date. But there it is, and it's still visible, so I don't know.
Did he say anything about the KIX chat?
No,
for the website?
I don't know what the status is.
Okay.
I know things have gotten a little backlogged, I think, for them, I'm assuming. I don't know this because I know they're working on KJ's, getting ready to go live with it, and plus they've got some other stuff that they're working on. So they've got a full slate, so I've tried not to be a pest about all that.
Sure.
It'll happen eventually, and I know Jason is working real hard on the development end of it.
Mm-hmm.
When he can.
When he can.
Kind of a balancing act for his job right now. This, I got this and this and this. And
how big is his department now? He has like 10 million people he's managing, I feel like.
He's one of the biggest departments in the building.
Oh,
I mean,
easily.
You could say programming has more,
yeah.
but not when it's broke up into individual stations. So it's a pretty big department, but it's also a pretty big moneymaker. So.
That's true. Good morning, Romelda.
So Matt came in yesterday. We talked for about half an hour. He was asking, he didn't know how the voting sessions and everything worked. He'd never seen any of that.
Mm-hmm.
So he wants to be able to help manage that. So he had looked and learned the back end of it. He goes, but how does this work on air? And so we came in and watched the New Music Shootout work.
Mm-hmm.
And I showed him how it, and he was just blown away by that. He goes, that is crazy.
Yeah.
And he may come in this morning and watch the takeover.
Okay.
Because that just blows him away that those things populate like that. And when he saw it removed, he's like, so I was pulling up the back end of the voting, the Futuri site where you can see votes come in, and I'd go in and cast a vote. By the way, almost 300 votes yesterday on the New Music Shootout.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
And it was overwhelming. So it was Bailey Zimmerman against Tim McGraw's new song. Tim McGraw's new song had 200 and some. Bailey Zimmerman had about 10 or 15. Of course, that is the Religiously song is brand new. I mean, just came out this Monday.
Right. We got a seg here real fast.
But interesting to watch. That's insulting. KIX 102.5.
The 4 states #1 for country. What? What did you say?
Little bitty.
Any say anything of the kitchen where you guys have a good day? My birthday's in June. What? Rudy, I'm not following, bud.
Rudy Tooty.
Any
say anything of the kitchen where you guys have a good day. My birthday is June. Jen. Yes.
What kitchen? A good day in the kitchen?
Right, Megan. tickle me till I pee my pants. That is the best thing ever in the world.
No, it's
yes,
awful.
it is. It's so
It's a terrible
awesome.
feeling.
I've
hate
come
being
close
tickled.
with Gina a couple of times. She's had to run to the bathroom, and made it in time. But she hates it when I give her the tickle monsters. And every now and then I tell her, you determine how much I do or don't tickle you. You are in control of that.
Really?
So you get sassy. I can tell you're in an angry place and you need some happiness brought into your life.
She doesn't get more angry when you tickle her?
Well, maybe, but she smiles and laughs an awful lot. So to me, that's happy. So
That's not how that works at all.
So I feel it my obligation as her spouse and caretaker of her emotional state when I see the anger-happiness balance getting disproportionately off balance, that I have to come in and provide a little happiness.
Ew. Why is...
A little happiness.
I don't like that.
To bring things back into balance. And if she's gone on being sassy and angry for far too long, then I have to really, set the balance right. And that can take a while.
No. If I'm in a bad mood and Kyle tries to tickle me, I like rage. Don't touch me.
But don't you laugh first, though?
Involuntarily.
But
not because I want to.
It's a
It doesn't make
smile
me
and
happy.
a laugh.
It's a bodily reaction.
You do it long enough, and it'll totally forget all about the anger part.
Oh no.
Yeah,
My
or
anger's
they'll pass out.
"Oof. What are you doing? Anything of the kitchen? You guys have a good day. My birthday is June. No, my birthday is today, May 18th. Are you good enough about no kitchen, right?
Rudy, are you reading
Rudy,
these
I
before
wanna
you
understand
send
you,
them? I
friend.
do. We want to know what you're meaning, but anything of the kitchen. You guys have
First
a good...
and foremost, though, your birthday is today, right? We got that
I
going
thought
on?
he said it was June.
My birthday is June, and then he says, no, my birthday is today, May 18th.
Okay, Rudy, if you're trying to do voice to text, it ain't working. Okay, it is not working. I don't know what it is. Or maybe you should do voice to text instead of whatever it is not working.
Maybe we break this up real quick. Rudy, is your birthday today?
Yes, my birthday is today. It is June.
Because if your birthday's today, we need to sing his
His
song.
birthday is the kitchen. Anything of the kitchen?
Anything of the kitchen.
Hey, here's a question. Okay,
Are
we've
you
been
good in
doing
the
our
kitchen?
impossible to answer trivia.
Hold on, 4 seconds.
Anything of the kitchen? KIX 102.5, the 4 states, #1 for country. Morning KIX with Randy and Jen.
Mostly sunny skies this afternoon with highs in the low 80s. It's 57 in Joplin.
And we'll give you a look at the weather forecast along with 4 states news in just 10 minutes.
Plus, in the next hour, we're talking all about sibling rivalry.
So I used to do this thing to my little brother called the spoon torture of the heathen Chinese.
What?
It was where I would sit on top of him, hold him down with my knees on his shoulders.
Right.
Where I had his head pinned. And then I would take a spoon and tap him right between the eyes. Gently, not hard, just...
Why?
Well, after about an hour of that, which I was very patient, very persistent.
An hour?
He would go insane.
Well, yeah, after an hour of getting tapped in the head.
Take off all his clothes and run screaming down through the woods. I mean, drive him crazy. So it was the spoon torture, and it was a very slow, methodical thing,
That is sick, Randy.
6231025 to tell us about your sibling rivalry with your brothers and sisters.
Or you can tell us on Facebook.
So here's the thing. It's not a big, I'm reached my half a century mark a year or two ago. And
Or 3 or 4, yeah, right.
Began to question, this point in your life you get to where you begin to question, your relevance, your attractiveness, all of those things. That's common.
Right, absolutely. Whether or not you've, reached your prime, if you've peaked.
Yeah, but there was a new survey just done in the United States that really made me feel better about this. They're saying that the sexiest age of all, according to a national survey, is the age 53.
Really? 53?
They say that is the actual age when human beings, or at least Americans, feel their sexiest.
Why? Why is that? Why is it 53 though? I don't know. I don't get it.
Well, they say that when it comes to being comfortable in their skin, that it comes to dating, a fifth reckon it's spicier, more exciting than when they were meeting people in their youth. They have more experience. They know what they want. And they say that their sex life and relationships become more exciting after hitting the half-century mark.
So once you're a half-century-year-old, you're going to feel more spicy and sexy and comfortable.
What do you think? Is this valid?
Well, I'm not that old, Randy.
No, but I mean, when you think about people you know that are,
That are
over
older.
50,
Okay.
don't think
I
about
can-
me that
okay.
way.
No, I'm not thinking about you that way.
Think about celebrities like Tess Daly is 53.
I don't know who that is.
Jennifer Aniston is 53. Oh, that's
Okay.
right. She's never seen movies. Owen Wilson is 53.
Okay.
Mariah Carey,
Paul Rudd. How's Paul Rudd?
I think he's 53. Hugh Jackman.
Okay, I get it. They're well seasoned. I can
Yeah.
see it now.
So a lot of people think that when they pass the big 50 mark, that they've let go of their previous insecurities and inhibitions. They're more open, and they reject the idea of letting themselves go when they hit middle age.
So do you think it's true for you? Do you feel spicier now, more comfortable in yourself?
I just wish I had hair. Is that so wrong? I mean, if I just had long hair again, that's the one thing that I miss. I'm getting older, middle-aged and balding, kind of wrinkly, belly's pretty paunchy, but I'm still fine as I'm maturing. Plus, I've got dough after 30 years of working. I've just gotten hotter, 53 is sexy. I don't really feel that old. Look at me, I'm red hot with my smoking dead, but call my wife, she'll tell you so.
It's Morning Kicks with Randy and Jen on the 4 states #1 for country.
That one came out really good.
I don't know. I listened to it yesterday. I used it, and I didn't like it. I went back through and
Why?
remastered it. Well, it's a little compressed in the bass.
Okay.
It's the EQing and stuff. Singing performance was fine. Also, it needed a wider stereo spread to help separate those vocals, which I thought I did.
You
to
did
the
do that.
second.
Uh-huh.
And maybe it's just the way it is combined with the music, because the music's very compressed.
Yeah.
Kind of makes me wish I could go back through and remix it. From
Oh,
the
but I
get-go.
like it.
I'm not happy with the mix.
Oh, okay. Today is Rudy's birthday. Ready? We got to do something. We got to sing him songs. We got to sing him songs. You ready? You're not ready. Can you get ready?
Anything is the kitchen. I think. Okay, if you want to sing, let's do it in. I say we do it in a variety of languages.
Okay.
And you say happy birthday in Spanish?
Feliz cumpleaños.
No,
Sassy.
Campelanos.
Campelad
Yes, that's it. Jeez Louise. I think we ought to do it in a number of all the different languages. So here we
Okay,
go.
you ready,
Rudy,
Here we go, here
there's
we
your
go.
birthday in every language.
우쿨리루헤나 생일 축하합니다. Selamat Hari Jadi.
Palju sulle.
Zum Geburtstag viel Glück. Joyeux anniversaire. إيمي تمرم درسابياس.
سنة حلوة يا جميل.
Wait a minute. I want us to start again at the beginning, and this time say the countries that it's from.
우쿨리루헤나
What are you doing?
생일
Snake on a video.
축하합니다.
South Korea.
Selamat
Wait.
Hari
I want to start again.
Randy.
Come on.
Palju
Here, look at this. Come here. I'm
sulle.
trying. It's one of those stupid reels things.
우쿨리
Yeah. See, it's okay.
우쿨리루헤나
South Africa,
생일 축하합니다.
South Korea,
Selamat Hari
Malaysia,
Jadi.
Palju
Estonia, wherever that
sulle.
is. That's not a real
Zum
country.
Geburtstag
Austria and
viel
Germany,
Joyeux
Mali, France, Cote d'Ivoire. What is that? Georgia, d'Ivoire,
سنة
Lebanon,
حلوة يا جميل.
Taiwan. Everything's made in Taiwan. China,
Sretan
Croatia.
rođendan. Nanam, tanke
Italy.
burijate. Woo!
우쿨리루헤나
Oh, okay, that's enough. Watch this.
생일
Look.
축
Oh, that's all it does. It's just that little bit.
우쿨리
Shut up.
Can they come in?
Yeah, they can come in.
Saida. Hello, welcome. I'm Jen. Nice to meet you. Come in. Okay. Okay, we'll take her over there. Thank you.
Hey, Saida.
Good.
Go ahead and have a seat right there in that chair.
Jen, nice to meet you.
We'll warn you, you're on camera. You're on live.
You want to have my chair?
Fine.
No, I'm just here to.
Okay.
He's here to make sure I don't say anything inappropriate.
Did you give her a good smack if she does?
Randy.
Okay. But I still want to know, did we give her a smack if she does? Well, you guys are on with us on Facebook Live, Twitch Live, YouTube Live, all of our live video platforms. So say hi to everyone. Your camera's right there in front of you. Okay, this is Saida with Compass Academy Network.
Saida or Saida?
Saida.
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 What kind of name is that? I'm curious.
It's Bangladeshi.
Nice.
My dad is from Bangladesh.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to record this for later if you do have any mess ups or if there's anything that we don't cover that you want us to. We can go back and catch that up. So no stress, no worry.
And then I'll take pictures throughout it, and then I'll put it up on Facebook when we do your interview, and I'll tag Compass Academy in it. And anyone else you want me to tag, just let me know. We'll get
Nope, that's good.
Okay, here we go. Talking with Saida from Compass Academy Network, tell me a little bit, Saida, for anyone who doesn't know, what is Compass Academy Network?
So Compass Academy Network is a middle school program. So we're a year-long program. We meet with students throughout the year, but our pinnacle is coming up this summer in July. We do a 4-week program where we bring students in with teachers and college-age students, and we just do fun, exciting things, and we throw a little bit of learning in there. But yeah, we just bring students together to kind of build them up and prepare them for the next school year and for life beyond there.
And you've got 2 locations, right?
Yeah, we have 2 locations. Our original location is in Joplin, it'll be our 5th year there. And then our new location is in Columbus, Kansas. And we're really excited to be expanding that way and to grow our network.
So this is a great alternative to parents who really don't have, maybe they're working during the summer and they don't know what to do with their kids, or rather than just send them to the neighbor's house or relatives, this is somewhere that might be more productive, right?
Absolutely. So when they come to us, we take care of everything from beginning to end. We take care of lunch, snacks, what are my other things? Supplies, that's what they are. Supplies, I went blank. But we take care of all the things that they would need. We provide a safe space for students to come and to kind of explore and learn about themselves. Our goal is to build students up and send them out so that they are productive citizens. So it's not just a school, come in, we're going to feed you everything. We want them to learn and grow about themselves so they can go back into their community, their school community, and have ripple effects as a leader.
We're talking with Saida from Compass Academy Network, which is a free enrichment program for students grades 6 through 8. Where can they go to get more information about this?
So everything that we have is online at compassacademynetwork.org. Our program information, our curriculum, you apply right there online. Everything is digital and easy to do. It doesn't take any time at all.
Check it out today, compassacademynetwork.org. Thanks so much, Saida, for coming in and talking with us.
Thank you.
Good.
Yeah.
I'm going to fix that middle part. I'll do that before it goes on, so you don't have to worry about that. It'll sound perfect.
Okay, thank you. Okay.
It'll be on at 9:20 this morning.
Now, can I give you a little something? I used to listen to Randy on KDY.
Oh, my God.
Yes.
Oh, my God.
Yes.
Back when he had hair, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of hair.
Yeah, and he called and he pranked my aunt. Remember when he used to do all those pranks and you would call people?
Oh, wait. You got to tell me which one did I do?
Okay, hold on. We got 10 seconds, and then we got to hear this story.
Yes, this is the wake-up calls.
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah,
tell me about
wake-up
those.
calls. Legendary down there. Oh, my gosh.
Lots of sunshine this afternoon with highs in the low 80s, isolated showers in low 60s tonight. More rain, upper 60s for tomorrow. The return of sunshine, though, on Saturday. Highs in the low 70s.
KIX 102.5 storm tracker radar isn't showing anything over the 4 states.
61 in Neosho, 62 in Pittsburgh, 64 in Joplin. To get signed up for severe weather alerts, head to the KIX app.
So we're talking today about sibling rivalry. This is the way that you and your brothers and sisters tortured each other when you were growing up.
Yeah, let us know what you and your siblings did to one another by texting or calling 623-1025.
One of the most dangerous times of my childhood, or let's be honest, my brother's childhood, was summer vacation because parents were gone to work. We were home alone.
Yeah,
That's
no
when-
supervision. Yes, that's when things got crazy.
So tell us your stories on Facebook.
Here's Jake Owen.
On KIX 102.5. I think I had a little stroke there. That was interesting. Okay, so everybody that is watching right now, Saida used to listen to me in another town. Do you remember what it was I did to your aunt?
You called? Okay, so sibling rivalry is funny because my mom did this to my sister, to my aunt.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
She was from Washington State. She called and it was something about her being able to go home, like her flight or her passport or something when she was just
So Saida can tell you, I did these every single day, most days, almost every single day, and those were all on the fly, and they were all live, which is so scary to think about now. I can only remember 2 of them in my own memory. Every single day. I don't know how I did that. I don't know, and I never knew what I was going to do until I would ask a couple of questions, and I'd be like, okay, I got an idea, and we'd just run with it and do it.
So how many years ago was that?
20, 25, had to be. Yeah, long time ago. I was a lot more daring and apparently a lot more creative back then. I mean, now everything is so safe, so prepared and everything. That is crazy. Yeah, my wife, she's from there and she still has family down there. So every now and then we get down there. But I grew up in Thayer, but I have no reason to ever go back there ever. And Chris, next door, he's from Thayer. He used to work there at KDY with me. Wow. What did he do? I would give anything to have some recordings of those. Do you remember the stealth bomber? Remember on April Fools, I used to always pull something ridiculous. And I've told her about how I fooled most of the city of West Plains by saying there was a stealth bomber flyover and they shut down the schools and let them all out and everything. I had no idea they would fall for that, but it scared me to death. I'm like, they're going to kill me because I just didn't dream. State Patrol's calling saying, will you tell people not to pull over on the sides of the highway and stuff? And yeah, because they're all looking for the stealth bomber. The joke was, did you see the stealth bomber? And they say, no. And I'm like, wow, it's amazing technology, isn't it? Wow. So,
you're clever.
That has been so cool, Saida. Well, that's great meeting you. And tell your mom I'm sorry for whatever familial strife I may have caused.
Oh, no, it was great.
All right.
We're going to reminisce about that on vacation.
I didn't sing nearly as much as I do now back then.
Really?
No, we never did song parodies back
You
then.
sing more then because you were in the
Never
circuit
did.
at that point.
That didn't start until, I was still playing music. I played music everywhere down there then, but all the club circuits, but I didn't do anything on the radio. Weird.
Yeah.
Wow. Deja vu. Speaking of old. Yeah. Well, it's been great meeting you and great having you in. I think they're going to take you guys over
We'll go next door
to Mason. Yeah. That'll be on at 9:20 if you guys want to listen for it.
Thank you.
Thanks. Nice meeting you. Wow. Things from your history catching up with you. Almost 30 years ago. Hi there, morning stupid. Isn't that crazy? Put the chat back up. So she was in high school. That's how old I am. Not saying anything about her. That came off wrong, probably. Wow.
That is crazy.
I know.
What are the odds?
Things from your past. Well,
Heck.
she was in high school.
I
I had to be real careful not to say anything there.
Randy.
Man, and you're old.
Randy.
I did not.
Oh, it's Angie. Angie's on the live. She
Yeah,
says
I saw her
thank
a
you for
while
the
ago.
tickets.
You're
Oh,
welcome, Angie. You did it, Angie.
You're
We
welcome.
didn't.
Yeah, enjoy the show.
That's so great. And I don't remember when she says, you said something about her not being able to get her flight home or something like I think I was calling from the airline. Suddenly my mind's going, yeah, and you do this and this and this. I don't remember any of that. I honestly can only remember 2 of those wake-up calls. And when we talk about I did one every single day for like 5 or 6 years, every single show we did a different one. And I never planned these, never knew. It was almost, to me, it was like a creative workshop exercise. Forced me to be creative.
Right.
I'm in front of an audience. I have to come up with something.
I can't imagine having to do one of those
It was
every
great.
single day and live.
Purposefully would not prepare.
Ooh.
So that it forced me to think outside the box, think fast on my feet.
Right.
It was great training, though. Teach you to bam, 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 bam.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. I couldn't do it today, I don't think. My brain, today, it just frequently stops, in the middle of mid-thought or trying to say a word or something. I'm, well, you see it when we try to do some of these things with our contest winners. And I'm like, I got nothing.
Right. Sometimes the brain's kind of short circuit.
Used to be so good at that. And
Megan says, Randy, I listened to you in grade school. You
shut up,
old.
Megan. You shut your mouth. That was not really me. That was Randy 1.5. I'm 1.9.
Here's 10 seconds.
Sheesh. Feels so old. KIX 102.5, the 4 states, #1 for country morning kicks with Randy and Jen.
Sunshine this afternoon with highs in the low 80s. It's 64 in Joplin.
So you want to know, I mean, The Hague, is where they try war criminals in Switzerland, right?
Sure.
I think that if most of the people who sit on that tribunal council knew the behaviors between brothers and sisters, there would be some of those going before that tribunal for war crimes. Because
That's right.
we're talking about sibling rivalry, the torture that was committed between brothers and sisters when parents weren't looking.
Right. The most ridiculous thing you guys have ever done to one another.
It's a wonder you lived through your childhood because of this.
You can call or text us those stories at 623-1025.
Or tell us on Facebook.
Here's Parmalee and Blanco Brown.
On KIX 102.5.
That bed was like, I don't know if I've ever heard the tail of that one.
That sounds like a great deal program. Where are they getting funding for this? If it's
I don't know.
free,
Yeah.
it's part of me goes, what's the catch? Where's the
Right.
catch? But apparently there isn't any. And this is the one, right? Compass is, am I saying Compass?
Compass.
I say Compass. They've been flooding my phone with spam, so I had to block their number finally.
I'm trying to figure out if it says.
Wow. I'm still
Doesn't
just kind of reeling from that.
Oh, from her.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Man, that stuff seems like yesterday.
Morning,
Except
Becky.
that I can't remember any of it. But that's like yesterday. So
Mm-hmm.
it really does. I mean, my gosh.
How many years in radio total?
Started in 89. So figure that out. That's
34.
34 years. That's too long to do anything, guys.
No.
I mean, somebody who's been in something 34 years, you expect a great long gray beard, right? And maybe a cane or a staff, and a robe.
Mm. Radio is one of those gigs, though, where I feel like a lot of people start young.
Yeah.
Especially
but
back
when you're stupid and you don't know any better.
We had a guy at my previous company who started working there at 16.
Well, Brett, he started at 14, I think.
Oh, 14, really?
14 or 15, yeah. He was, and Brett's
didn't know
been in
that.
radio way longer than me. And the thing is, I've worked for 14, 15 different stations, groups. He's only worked for one.
Yeah, this is all it's just this one.
Just KIX is all he's ever done. It's all he's ever known. So, wow. I used to have a little, remember those index cards?
Mm-hmm.
I had an index card holder, little lid closed on it.
Yeah.
And we would do a little bit of preparing in that someone would call and say, I want you to do a wake up call on my sister, on my brother, on my uncle, my mom, my dad. She had us do one on her sister who was visiting from Oregon. Poor woman. She comes vacation here and doesn't know. This local radio station calls her up, does this to her. The whole time she's like going, what? It's in shock. And usually by the time I would spring the prank on them, we would do this massive sound effect of a bomb going off, chickens, roosters, people yelling, cows mooing, and dogs barking. That and a siren, an air raid siren going off too. All of that while I yell, wake up! Over the top of that.
Yeah.
Okay, that was the wake up. So at the very end, we want to make sure, if you do finally get your tickets for your flight, do you plan on sleeping during the flight? And she might say, I don't know why. Well, because if you do, the pilot has a tendency to halfway through the flight yell, wake up! And that was springing the deal.
Yeah.
And then, hey, this is Randy from KIX. Your sister wanted us to call and do the deal to you. So they would do that, and I would write the name and the number that I was going to be calling on the index cards and what day I planned to do it. That was it. They might tell me, my sister's visiting. Could you mess with their flight or something? And I might write that down.
Do you think you could do one a week?
Oh, yeah. I think so, especially if they were planned out ahead of time. Here's the deal, though. And one of the reasons that we began to taper them off is the FCC began doing a crackdown on unsolicited calls on the radio broadcast. Unsolicited calls on broadcast. It's very illegal. It's been illegal. It was illegal then, but they began doing a crackdown on that. And our ownership and management, myself included, began to fear that it was not worth the $11,000 fine that you would incur, plus a suspension, broadcast suspension.
Yikes.
If it occurred. And the reason it did was we were doing these, started doing these about 1990, 1991. You can look it up. Roy D. Mercer and all those didn't come around until about 95, 96. This was long before any of that happened. They used to have a thing on the radio back in the 80s that a number of stations did called candid phones. And that's what this was. It was candid phone calls where you did something like Candid Camera, if you remember that old show back in the 70s, 80s, but it was on the radio. And that's what this was. We put them in an awkward situation, saw how they would react to it, finally told them it was a joke. We just called it the wake-up call. And so I'm not saying Phil and Brent from Tulsa copied me on the wake-up call with Roy D. Mercer. By no means. This was a thing that I copied and other stations copied. I just labeled it the wake-up call. But we were doing it long before they made it famous with Roy D. Mercer. They got busted a couple of times. There was a station up in New York, Duran? Elvis Duran got busted big time. Major lawsuit. Lost his job, his contract over it. Greaseman got busted for it. So we began to see these happening, and we all agreed that the risk was not worth the payoff.
Right.
That we got from it. There were other ways to be entertaining without putting ourselves at risk or offending someone. And in all of those 5 or 6 years that I did those, by the way, only one time did I ever have somebody complain.
Really?
And even that one complaint was not that severe. So as a way of trying to alleviate the fact that I just put you on the radio and humiliated you, we always had a prize that we gave them as being part of that. So free breakfast, free coffee, something like that. Wasn't a big thing, but it was a free prize that we gave away every single time. That helped. And you're like, oh, okay,
we got to real quick.
Maybe I'm not so mad. KIX 102.5, the 4 states #1 for country. Morning KIX with Randy and Jen.
Here's Nate Smith with Whiskey on You.
On KIX 102.5.
Morning, Kathy.
Then we messed with the telemarketers because that was unsolicited, them calling us, and we could get away with that.
Right.
Because they were breaking the law technically. But the rule says you cannot put someone on the radio. You cannot record someone to put them on the radio without first getting their permission.
Right.
Now, we do it all the time. Contest winners and everything. We don't say, hey, do we have your permission to record your voice for use on the air? We have it in our rules. It says in there, and that'll help a little bit if there were ever a case that we had to defend against, but even that wouldn't.
Really?
Yeah, even that would not protect.
I figured if it was in the rules and they're taking part in our contest, they're consenting in that way.
Well, and we tried. The reason I know this is because we tried to get around that by airing a deal once an hour that would say, it's back then the show that I was on then was called Wake Up Therapy. Wake Up Therapy brought to you by so-and-so. Callers will be, used on the air, could be used on the air. When you call 623-1025, there was a disclaimer. But we even talked with legal representation from the FCC, and they said that won't ultimately protect you because you're still breaking the ordinance, which says you will ask someone and get their permission before you record their voice for use on broadcast. Now, that was years ago when the FCC was this massive organization that was way overfunded by the government, and they had way too much time on their hands. Now, I think there's only like 8 people.
Yeah.
Maybe. The FCC does not even have the people. Even if they got a reporting, they would not be able to follow up on it. When's the last time have you ever been in an FCC inspection?
Not been in one, but I've been around when one's been going on.
I have been through them, but it's probably been 20 years since I've been one. They used to happen every year. Even the little bitty stations I worked at, they would have them.
Actually, my last company, we volunteered
Sure.
for one. Because if you volunteer for it, then they won't come bug you for a couple of years.
Yes, and they will come through and check everything for you, and rather than penalizing you for something, get this. So, your public file, which is a big legal file that the radio stations have to have, has the exact latitude, longitude, location of your tower, right?
Mm-hmm.
Ours that we were licensed for was actually across the highway in this guy's field, across from where our tower actually was. Oh, that was a mess to get
That's
straightened
not
out.
good, yeah.
Yeah. It was
How'd that happen?
a missurvey. That was over 70 years old. KIX 102.5, the 4 states #1 for country. Morning KIX with Randy and Jen.
We'll see sunshine this afternoon with highs in the low 80s. It's 64 in Joplin.
And we'll give you a look at the weather forecast in about 5 minutes. But we're talking about the way you tortured your brothers and sisters, or that they tortured you.
Yeah, sibling rivalries is what it's kind of boiling down to. So let us know what happened with you and your siblings by calling or texting 623-1025.
Tell us your sibling rivalry story.
Well, I did it to her. I had a sister that was a little bit older than me, and when we were young, we used to race to the bathroom to see who could get there first. And she beat me one time, and I just sat on her and beat on her.
Oh my God! You beat on her!
I've never lived that one down.
Nature doesn't wait for anybody.
No.
I wouldn't let you live that one down either. What is your sibling rivalry story?
My sister used to pretend that she was possessed. She'd roll her eyes back in her head. And
Oh, yeah, what a fun game that is to play,
Yeah.
especially when there's Catholics around.
yeah, we were like 9, and she was like 12.
Gosh.
Yeah, me and my twin brother were just petrified of her.
Did she ever spin her head around backwards and vomit pea soup at you?
And she sat up in the middle of the night, and it was dark in our room, and she did like the slow head turn, and then like real quick turned it, made it look like it went around all the way.
Gosh.
Had me run into my mama's bed.
There is a special realm in hell made just for your older sister.
Right, but we go on great today.
Wow. That's amazing that you guys lived through your childhood like that.
That is terrifying. What is your sibling rivalry story?
My sister was about 5. I was like 10 or 11. Told her we'd give her a piece of candy. She had to close her eyes and stick her tongue out.
Oh, yeah, love that.
Put a roly-poly on her tongue. Told her she couldn't have it. She had to wait, stay still. And it opened up and started crawling up her tongue.
Oh.
She could feel it. She ended up swallowing it.
A little protein in the afternoon.
Yes.
I love that. What's your sibling rivalry story?
My brother used to sit on me and spit in my face.
But first he'd let it trickle down really slowly, and then
Yes.
suck it back up, and then he'd let...
Yes.
Yeah, oh, yeah, I know what that's all about.
So I got back at him whenever I was probably about 10. I used to take his toothbrush and run it around the inside of the toilet and put it back up on the sink.
Oh, no!
I'm glad he doesn't live anywhere to listen because he still doesn't know.
Oh, he had it coming.
Why do I keep getting Ebola? I don't get it.
Is that how you get Ebola?
Probably one of the many varied ways. The spit torture thing, though, that is thousands of years old.
Oh, absolutely.
Brothers
People
have been
that
doing
for
it,
years
siblings,
and years. Yeah.
Tell us your sibling rivalry story, the way you tortured your brothers and sisters, or they tortured you.
You can call or text us at 623-1025.
It's the 4 states #1 for country. You had a look? What's the look? What was the look?
I was just getting a little confused on when I was going and when I wasn't going. But it's fine.
Did I not point?
No, you did. I don't know. My brain was like, did he really point at me? I don't know.
Maybe he's just dancing.
Maybe he just had a weird twitch in his finger.
If you feel it, you can go. I will work around you. That's my job, is to catch. Even if we go, that's okay.
We've done it a couple times, and yeah.
Just feel it, or I'd be like, I need to go here. We should be on the same page with that.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Sleep standing up. Wow. So, yeah, that tower thing.
Yeah, how does that happen? Okay, so there was a
So
mapping
when you're a
something, I
radio
guess?
station, you have to apply to build a tower from the U.S. government. They have to give you a permit, and they have this formula that they use to keep signals from interfering with one another, supposedly. And so it has to be so far away, and it's exact down to feet that they put these, that where a tower can and can't be placed. And based on where it's placed, then it helps decide what frequency it's going to be. They have all these available spaces on the frequency dial, both FM and AM. Well, this one had been put there and was surveyed for. It was the third radio station in the state of Missouri. So it was back in the 1920s when it was put there. And, I mean, right after World War I. And the surveying was done wrong. So they surveyed and said, okay, it is here and here. And this is before the FCC did all this. So they documented and they based other radio station in Missouri placement off of where this one was located. But they had reported the latitude and longitude wrong.
Oh, no.
So we had to reapply for a new permit, and it was denied 4 times.
Why?
FCC,
What the
stupid,
heck?
idiot, bureaucratic radio mafia. It took us 9 years to get that fixed.
9 years? Oh,
before
my
they
God.
finally approved that permit for one of the oldest stations in Missouri.
Wow. That's insane.
Yeah, I remember having to do underwriting for that. I used to have to. They made programmers then. You had to manage your own public file.
Yeah.
So had to do my issues and answers write-up.
Mm-hmm.
Hated it. And that was back in the days of typewriters.
Oof.
Yeah.
Do you do anything with public file now?
You
don't have to do quarterly reports or anything like that for it?
No, nothing. I don't touch the public file. I don't even fill out tower reports anymore, or transmitter readings.
Do we have a digital one here, or is it still paper?
And we have a digital, but he does a paper as a backup, which is, I don't think anybody fills it out. I don't know.
Yeah. No, that's the old place had that same thing.
Mm-hmm. And he used to come and ask, guys, I want you to remember to do this. Okay, Mel, we will. We do it once, and that's it. So, yeah, things have changed so much.
You used to have a license, too.
Yes, a radio telephone operator's permit, and there were 3 classes of those.
Did you ever have one?
Oh, my gosh, yes. I had a first-class operator's permit.
Ooh, fancy.
To work in major market, you had to have a first class once upon a time. Major markets were controlled by radio unions at that time. So you were not allowed to start or stop a song, to start or stop a sound effect on the air, or the union would come after you. They had a producers union in Chicago and L.A. and Little Rock. Now, Little Rock didn't have it. By then, it was no longer a thing. But you had to have a first-class radio telephone operator's permit, which you had to go to classes for that. Now, what's hilarious, the one that you had to have just to be on the air, my first one, it had a card that you filled out. Do you promise to be this? Will you do this? Do you know how to take tower readings? Yes, yes, no, yes. And then you just signed your name on the back, tore it out, and it had to be taped up in the studio. And you sent that into the FCC. But it was just yes and no answers.
And that's it.
That's it. That's all you had to do. The second class, you actually had to take a little test and send that in, and then they sent you back your certification. The first class, the nearest place you could go was the FCC field office in Springfield, Missouri. You had to go, and it was like a 6-hour class you took, and there was a test at the end, and I had to do that. And it was expensive. So the radio telephone operator's permit back in 1989 was $30, $26, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Second class was $110, and I forget what the first class, but it was like $300 or something.
Oh, geez.
Plus, you had to go take a day off work and go do all that. So
is it like teaching you how to do tower readings? Or what,
tower readings,
what did you
generator
learn?
maintenance, understanding rules. You had to know the rules and regulations for tower placement. There were a lot of on-air rules, such as the one about the when you could have a caller on air and stuff. You had to know those. What words you can't say on the air. There were things about political ads you had to know. You had to take a test on your Alcoholic Beverage Commission's advertising laws for tobacco and alcohol and firearms. There are special rules for those.
Mm-hmm.
Gaming advertising laws you had to know. All of that stuff to qualify for that.
So when I was in college and I was taking a practicum course, our professor was teaching us about the 7 deadly words. All the things you can't say on air. And so she said the 7 deadly words, and a student in our class went to her advisor and complained that our teacher was cursing in class. And she was
Context.
What do I was telling you what you can't say on air? Come on.
Well, and here's the thing about the FCC, the way the rule reads is that it is contextual use. So you don't have to use one of the 7 words. you can imply one of the words and be busted for it.
Well, part of it's community standards too, isn't it?
Yes, and it is
For sure.
based on your community standards. That's a new thing. That just came out since the Elvis Duran thing.
Mm-hmm.
So one of the things they protested against was that that it was not, they weren't liable because of their audience. Their audience spoke that way, so they protested against that freedom of speech. And it actually went to the Supreme Court on that, and they handed down that ruling that it had to be applied to community standards. So if you get a complaint from your community, that can warrant penalization by the FCC. So all of those things, I forget when those became a moot point. I was in transition between stations. I remember I come back and oh no, yeah, you don't have to do that anymore. The rules on the legal ID. So every hour at the top of the hour, we are required. How often are you required to do that? Do you know what the rules about the legal ID are? It's changed numerous times.
I thought it was once an hour between the 56 and 04.
That's the old rule. Yes, it was always that. Now it is 50 and 10. It has to happen once an hour, once every 3 hours.
Oh.
You're required to do that. But we still do it because it's too hard to police and manage.
Mm-hmm.
So they still do it every hour. And what does it have to say?
It's got to say your tower locations, right?
And
your call letters.
Call letters. So it has to have your call letters of license. So like Classic Hits 93.9 is actually KJMK.
Mm-hmm.
Or
KJMK, that's right.
And they originally picked that, and you could always apply for a desired call letter designation.
Right.
And if it was available, they would sometimes give it to you. And this would sometimes bite them in the butt because the FCC is a bunch of idiot nerds, and so they don't always catch everything. So we had a station in one of my cities of license that they got a license approved, and it was KUPH was their license call letters. Say it backwards.
Hapuck?
KU.
HP?
No, KUHP was what
there
it was.
Go.
Yeah, it was KUHP. And finally somebody complained about it, and the FCC made them change it to KUPH, which is why I was confused, so that you wouldn't be able to see that. Like KWPM was one of the stations that was Keep West Plains Moving. KJMK was Magic. But it was screwed up. I don't know why it's... KXDG was Dog.
Uh-huh.
They wanted... I don't know what KIX, KIXQ. Qs are weird. I had a station that was KSPQ, which was Super Q.
Were we Q 102.5 at some point?
Huh?
Were we ever Q 102.5?
No, we used to. In fact, KIX was originally 93.9. Had that. KIX was originally on 93.9, and then they changed the frequency over because they realized they had more potential, more reach on the 102.5 signal. They bought the 102.5 signal, moved KIX onto that, did some rearranging. That happened back years and years, long before I was here. I've just heard about it.
Did I tell you this is my third time on 102.5, like on that frequency?
My second.
Yeah. My very first station was 102.5.
I've been on 973, 969, 102.5 a couple of times, 979, 1019, 92.9, 94.7, 97.1.
I don't know. 94.7. I don't know why I like the sound of that one. 94.7.
There's some, and I hate it when they do 94.7. Point. Dot. Let's just do dot.
Well, we say 102.5.
I think it ought to be 102.5. Or
102.5.
To me, dot is a more relevant term in today's culture. Nobody says point for anything.
Yeah.
There's a really small one outside of Neosho. I wonder if that's ours. That may be ours,
Oh,
Megan.
is it?
Yeah, we have a repeater for News Talk KZRG in Neosho.
That's right.
So we have what's called a repeater tower, and what that does is it takes our broadcast signal and rebroadcast it over a different area. And they can actually point transponders off the tower for coverage in certain directions.
Mm-hmm.
That's all regulated by the FCC too. So back in the old days, when radio first came out on AM, they would just crank their transmitters up, and you could hear them in China. And that's how come sometimes late at night you could hear foreign broadcasts, because before it was regulated in China, you could hear Radio China in some parts of the United States.
Really?
If the atmosphere was right and the barometric pressure was low, this is how AM signals work. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Because they go on forever. They never stop. And that's how guys like Wolfman Jack and those legends got famous. They would go across the border into Tijuana from Los Angeles, which is just, what, 20-minute drive? KIX 102.5, the 4 states #1 for country. Morning KIX with Randy and Jen.
We're talking sibling rivalries.
What? Tell us about the way that you tortured your brothers and sisters, or they tortured you when you were growing up.
Call or text us at 623-1025.
Here's Lady A.
On the 4 states #1 for country.
KIX 102.5. All right. So, yeah, you got a drink. Wolfman Jack and some of those other legendary guys, like the guy whose company I work for. I can never remember his name. That's stupid. I've told you about him. He owned the company that I'm syndicated on and gave it to Steve when he died. Anyway, they would go across the border into Mexico, where radio broadcast was not regulated and the FCC could not regulate it, crank those transmitters up, and they would be heard all over the United States. So during the late 60s, early 70s, before the United States eventually signed a deal with Mexico to help regulate those broadcasting things, airwaves. So it was an American radio station, just happened to be across the border in Mexico where the government couldn't touch it.
Mm-hmm.
And it was called pirate radio. And it was crazy. They could get away with anything, do anything. They were heard in New York, Los Angeles, Chicago. Can you imagine?
No.
And the advertising dollars that those guys made. Yeah.
91.7, she says.
Okay. And that is one of the things that you know that the FCC will do. They always put their public radio stations first in the lower scale, Christian and religious radio stations after that in the 91 scale. And then towards the end of the 91, they begin going into commercial radio.
Yeah. How many people have we got? We're down to 5. Do you want to call it?
Yeah, I bored them to death with all my radio talk. It's been like waxing nostalgic here. Sorry.
All right, tomorrow we've got Priscilla Block tickets we're giving away. Jen's movie Rehab.
And we're going to be talking about the dated technology that you still use, even though there's better options out there for it. It might be an address book or a wall calendar. I still use a big wall calendar to write stuff out on. I also use Google Calendar, but before I do Google Calendar, I fill that thing out because I like to have it in front of me.
That's what Kyle says, too.
It makes it easier to look at and view, and I really miss the one at my desk. This year, they quit giving them to us for some reason, and I really, really miss it because I'll look up there all the time just to see what day it is. Not forgetting I have it on my watch, my phone, on my computer. I'm like, what day is, I can't read this.
What are hands?
Yeah. So what is the dated technology that you still swear by? Plus, we're going to give Jen a new movie. I would like to do Sling Blade, but I think the one we have picked for is good for this time of year because school's out and everything, you know, and it's letting out, and it's all about getting out of that.
Okay.
All right, so have a great rest of your day.
Bye.